Hello and welcome, and we're back taking a look at all the optional D&D character races that were made available to us from Volos on. And today we're over at this page because it was very difficult to find a write-up on these guys. I checked a couple pages, but yeah, I guess very few pages have been dedicated to exploring these bird-like individuals. I don't know. I always sort of like them, but then when I see the Kenku and the Ekarak, I think Dark Crystal, and I think all of the Kenku and the Ekarak should be played like the Skeksis from Dark Crystal. Treasure, yes. Gelfing. All right, so we're doing Kenku because they are 1, 2, 3, number 4 in the most popular races from Volos / everything after the player's handbook at 3.4%. 3.4% of all the people polled when this poll was made thought flightless bird people were awesome. I think Kenkus originally come from Oriental mythology, but I'm not sure. Anyways, Kenkus are basically flightless, humanoid, bird, creepy things. They get a dexterity score of +2 and a wisdom score of +1, making them pretty decent thieves or possibly druids. Age, alignment, and size don't really matter because 5e changed all that, but they are medium for the sake of 5e combat. Their base walking speed is 30. They have expert forgery. You can duplicate other creatures' handwriting and craft work. You have advantage in all checks made to produce forgeries or duplicates of existing objects. Interesting. So what's the time frame on that, though? I mean, forging handwriting can take anywhere from, a couple minutes to a couple days, but duplicating an object? How far can I push that? I mean, I'm assuming it's not magical objects, but I mean, still, how far can I push the ability to duplicate an existing object if I have the materials at hand? I'll have to look into that. I'm sure somebody has done something on it, but that could be potentially interesting to play with. You're proficient in 2 of the following skills: acrobatics, deception, stealth, or sleight of hand. So yeah, again, looks like that they are sort of built to be thieves. They also have ability, or maybe bards. They also have ability called mimicry. You can mimic sounds you have heard, including voices. A creature that hears the sounds you make can tell if the imitation with a successful wisdom check opposed by your charisma check. So kind of like ghost sound almost, and you can do that at will. Also, your languages are Common and Oran, but you can speak only by using your mimicry trait. Oh, so you can't talk to people but you can mimic people. Or unless that's just for the Oran, but you can speak only by using your mimicry trait. That's written interesting. Let's see if we can find a better writ of that. Mimicry, your extremely unique racial trait is very difficult to qualify. Kenku can only speak by replicating sounds that they have heard, which can make for interesting roleplay. In the worst case, mimicry lead to huge annoyance at your table, depending on how you decide to approach the trait with your DM. Mimicry could be a valuable asset to your party. Mimicking voices can be useful, but mimicry can be used to imitate the sound of a door slamming shut or the snarl of a vicious beast. So yes, it is basically ghost sound, and the only way you can talk is by mimicking other things you have heard people say and then trying to make legible sentences out of them. That could be really interesting. I don't know if I've seen anybody do that yet. And then we have a more in-depth look at expert forgery. You have advantage on attempts to create duplicates and forgeries instead of succeed automatically. Still, if you need some money, you could always make some copies of valuable items and try to sell them. Remember that you still need to have the appropriate tools on hand for the job. So for forging of written items, you need a forgery kit. To forge a built item, you would need like a blacksmith kit. But still, how far can I push the ability to duplicate objects? I mean, Can I assume I could duplicate a painting with expert forgery. I'm guessing I could duplicate a priceless, vase or a Ming or a Fabergé egg given enough time. It doesn't really say what the time frame here is. Maybe a day to a week. I mean, sometimes it could take months to forge a copy of a expert art piece. What if I want to make an exact duplicate of something more useful, like a ladder, or a gun, or a steampunk drilling machine? How far can I push this expert forgery? Yeah, a lot of questions about this one. Yeah. Mm, and no, it doesn't really give us anything about how far we can push it. So I don't know. What are your personal experiences with the Skeksis slash Kenku race from D&D? Have any of you played it? And any of you been ever just pushed to see how far you can push the mimicry and the forgery? Uh, yeah, a lot of unanswered questions in this one, which maybe were explained in later books. We'll have to look. If you know anything about this race, let me know. If you want to hear me keep doing this, let me know. If you never want to hear me talk about a 5th edition race again, let me know. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Help me hit 1,000 subs. Till next time, enjoy.